living in another culture for a year just taught me so much that I never would have learned this anywhere else, just being in Windsor. So that alone was enough to, make me super excited about being able to come to school here and getting that opportunity that I don't know if you have that opportunity anywhere else.
My very first week of engineering was brought to me by the Engineering Student Society as a frosh. We had an entire week of events planned to get to know our students, get to know our faculty, and get to know our peer mentors that were in higher years. So I think the fact that we have so many different student groups, like the Engineering Student Society, Women in Engineering, the different capstone teams, makes the community so much more welcoming. It makes school a little bit more about the entire package rather than just completely academic.
This facility has enough space that researchers can work together and with their students on various sizes of equipment. We work with vehicles and machinery that allow us to really investigate a lot of the technologies that we're interested in their in situ state. So for instance, if we need to know exactly how a full vehicle is behaving based on specific components as we're researching them, we don't just have the ability to look at those components, but also the full assembly and how that all works together.
And I got to know a lot of professors through them as well, through that as well. And they're really helpful. Like they'll help you with whatever you need. If you're struggling with the course, if you're struggling with something, they'll tell you what to do, or like take it easy, or like pay more attention to this, something like that. They guide you properly and very well.
This is really cool because being able to do what we learn in class outside is a huge part of engineering in itself, and I know it's one of a few programs that has that opportunity at the undergraduate level. And being able to do the research here in the lab and go out and do it in the field is such an invaluable attribute to have as a student, because you're able to go out into the workforce and be successful right out of school rather than having to learn how to do everything out in the workforce.
Super. Yeah, so let me jump right into my presentation. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
At least I can.
Thank you to everyone who's dropping the programs they're interested in. Please keep it coming. Yes, and I'll handle all the questions after my presentation. Okay, okay, my name is Karibo Ikapara, and I work with the University of Windsor. I am your student recruitment advisor here in West Africa, and I'm based in West Africa. So maybe once in a while, we may bump into each other on the road somewhere. My task here is really simple: to talk about why study in Canada and our programs at the University of Windsor. So you're going to be studying the U-Windsor way. Quickly, why Canada? Like we all know, Canada is diverse, safe, and has inclusive communities. Degrees from Canada are respected everywhere in the world, and it's relatively affordable compared to programs in the United States. We have the postgraduate work permit that allows students to stay in Canada for 3 years and gain work experience. So that's like the cherry on the cake, the cherry on the icing on the cake. And it's a pathway, definitely a pathway to permanent residency. The #1 best quality of life ranking, per US was given to Canada. I'll just jump into telling you about Windsor. Windsor is located in Ontario. Ontario is a province in Ontario is a province in Canada. If you look here I hope you're looking at the screen. Right here, where I'm hovering my mouse. Windsor is like at the center of every city in North America that you find interesting. You know, it's a 5-hour drive to Chicago and a 1-hour flight. There's Toronto here, there's Hamilton here, there's Ottawa, Montreal, Philadelphia, New York, and there's an airport in Windsor. So you can fly in from virtually anywhere in the world. This picture on your screen here was taken a few blocks away from the school, and just across where you see the high-rise buildings. Yes, this is Detroit, Michigan in the US. So we are in a border city sharing the busiest border crossing, you know, with the United States. Now, why Windsor? I want to talk about the city. You know, it's really important to know the city you're going to study in so that you understand the opportunities that it presents. It's an international border city and the busiest border crossing between the USA and Canada. There are excellent employment and experiential learning opportunities in Windsor, and it's the 4th most diverse city in Canada. It's safe, and the cost of living is relatively low. So I'll use this example that if you were to get a studio apartment in Toronto, say a one-room self-contained place in Toronto, the amount of money you spend there, you'll probably be spending that same amount for a 3-bedroom apartment in Windsor. So some students take advantage of that and they're able to reduce their living costs drastically. The population is really small and we experience all 4 weathers at Windsor. So you'll experience weather climates close to what you're used to here in West Africa. On your screen, you would see logos that represent the various employers, major employers that rely on the University of Windsor to provide them manpower, to provide them with staff, because they come straight to the campus to employ students. So you're not going to be scared of, oh, am I going to get a job after my program? Some students already get their jobs while they're still in school, and I'll jump into it a bit later in the presentation. Now, talking about University of Windsor. We've been an institution for over 150 years. That's as an educational institution, but we became established as a university in 1954. At every point in time on campus, we have 16,000 students, and a whopping 23% of them are international students. We have over 200 programs, out of which about 70 of them are master's and doctorate degrees. And then we have 9 faculties, including the Faculty of Graduate Studies. So these are the faculties. I'll just take us through the faculties one by one. We have the Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Science. We have the Faculty of Business, where you have all the business programs, your MBA and your Bachelor's of Commerce. We have Education, which is a program that a lot of African students are interested in. And then Human Kinetics. We have Nursing, but nursing is a little difficult for international students to get in. So we usually advise students interested in nursing to go for other science programs. And then we have the Faculty of Science with exciting science programs, and you can combine these programs if you want. And then Faculty of Engineering, which is also really popular amongst African students. In summary, we have over 120 undergraduate programs, and most of them have co-op opportunities available for the students who study them. Now I'll talk about the graduate studies. I know that there are a couple of students here, or there are a couple of people here who are interested in graduate programs. We have over 70 of them to choose from. We have the MBA, MBA and JD. We have the Master of Science, Master of Human Kinetics, Nursing, Law, Education, Applied Science in Engineering, and then Fine Arts and Arts. For the Master of Nursing, like the undergrad program, the Master of Nursing is not open to international students because you need to have certain qualifications that you can only get as an Ontario resident or citizen. In Canada, we basically have two types of master's programs. We have the course-based masters and the research-based masters. I hope I'm not going too fast. If I am, please draw me back. I'm just trying to run through this quickly so that we can jump into the questions. So we have the Master of Actual Science, which is a course-based master's, Master of Applied Computing, and Master of Applied Economics and Policy, Education, Biotechnology, Management, and Engineering. There's co-op available for the engineering program. The difference between course-based programs and research-based programs is that for course-based, you just send your application in, and it's a 16-month program, which is approximately 2 academic years. Now that's 4 semesters of back-to-back academic work. So you're done in 16 months. That's a year and 4 months. Unlike the research-based masters that could run for a bit longer, and you would need to secure a supervisor for your thesis first before you can do a research-based masters in Canada, and of course in the University of Windsor. I'll talk about scholarships. I know now everybody's ears will be up because this is usually the exciting question. Oh, can I get a scholarship at the University of Windsor? Yes, you can get a scholarship at the University of Windsor. And these ones on the slide are just a few of them. On our website, you can get information about so many more scholarship opportunities available. Sorry. All right. Thank you, Kende. For the scholarship awards available for master students, particularly for research-based masters, because course-based masters are not eligible for scholarships. You can have up to 7,500 Canadian dollars for research-based masters and PhD students. You can access as much as 15,000 a year in scholarships for research-based masters. Now, I want to talk about experiential learning. Having studied in Nigeria, I can say that experiential learning is lacking thoroughly there because we just learn theories and we hardly apply it. University of Windsor offers students a platform to learn and work as they learn. So they are applying what they have learned, and they're able to absorb it. All our programs have an experiential learning component. Now, the co-op, which allows students to work in organizations for a full semester, learning on job, it also counts for they're graded, on their co-op, and they're able to earn like full-time staff of a company. And then the internship opportunities, they're available to undergraduate students and graduate students. As part of our experiential learning opportunities, we have lots of on-campus work opportunities. Now, mind you, while you're schooling in University of Windsor, you have access to 20 hours working 20 working hours a week. So you can use that to earn some stipends, to take care of little costs. Another experiential learning avenue is the volunteer positions, which are available to students in the University of Windsor. We also allow you as a student to engage with your employers. So we have job fairs, we have subject-specific job fairs, ongoing employer events, part-time job fairs, volunteer fairs, just to make sure that our students have that element of practicing what they learn and being able to enrich their CV with work experience. I'll jump into our English language improvement program right now. For some students who do not want to write IELTS, or who don't have English as their first language, or who feel like they need to improve their English language before they commence the academic work, our English language improvement program is available for such students. We have full-term and short-term options. It has a separate application process and registration process. We have on-campus language training, and it's eligible for a study permit. So you can do that first before you jump into your program. And even when we have students that are underage, some of their parents are encouraged to just put them in the English language program, to just get a feel of the learning environment. If you have, say, below 5 in IELTS, you'd start from the pre-academic English, and it goes on and on and on. But the one that is most popular around here is the ELIP 3, which is 6.0 and above, for students with 6.0 and above. Now, talking about living on campus. Already, from the pictures you've seen, you know that University of Windsor is a very beautiful place. It's a gorgeous place, and living on campus is your best bet to having access to everything you need on campus. We have residency and food services for our various accommodations. Some students prefer to purchase some meal plans that give them enough to eat. For many of us from this side of the world, we're heavy eaters. So some students prefer that, and then some prefer the minimum meal plan option. So these options are available. So when you get to the residence, you're basically just coming in with your luggage and your backpack, your laptop. There's Wi-Fi available. Everything is there for you to take advantage of. So you don't have to think about cooking. You don't have to think about serious cleaning. Everything is available for you. Oh yes, and then for laundry, you don't have to think about that too much too, because there's an arrangement for that too. One of the things we pride ourselves in is our exceptional student services. We understand that you're coming from really far away to Windsor to study, and we know that sometimes you get homesick. So we have our International Student Center that takes care of everything that has to do with you. Now, if you remember, I said earlier that 23% of our students are international students. So you wouldn't feel completely alone, because you most likely meet somebody that speaks the exact language you speak or kind of looks like you. So the International Student Center offers immigration and visa advising, travel assistance, soft landing programs, orientations for student events, health plans, and exchange opportunities. If you were here at the beginning, you would have seen the video testimonial from our engineering students talking about how much they learned from the exchange programs. So basically everything is covered. We don't just want you to come and learn. We want you to be a whole person. So we help you with your writing. If you have issues with writing your CV, if you have issues with your confidence or interviews, we prepare you for the world, we prepare you for life. And for students who are interested in athletics, we also have that available in our Lancer Sport and Recreation Center. Now it's still work in progress, but I think it's almost completed now. So now what are your next steps? You need to make an application. It takes between 2 to 4 weeks to process the applications for undergrad, and for graduates, it takes a little longer. So you should start your application now. This is what the offer letter looks like. It's very detailed with all the information you need for applying for your visa. Your next steps will be to contact Newbie Education and tell them, oh, you know what, I'm interested in this program. We need to get it applying. I just wanted to throw this in that currently we have different modes of course delivery for our programs, for our classes. So there's face-to-face, there's hybrid, there's high flex, there's online. COVID has helped us to be more creative in rendering our classes. So don't be worried. Some students even decide to start their classes from their home countries and eventually come to Canada to complete the classes. So it's all left to you. At this point, I will stop sharing my screen and I will take the questions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Caribou. All right, some questions that came through. When you asked earlier, like the areas that the students would like you to speak on, I saw Masters, Architecture, and MBA.
Okay.
But if you have more questions, everyone, please drop them in the chat box.
Please drop your questions. Just keep them coming, please. Today, we have enough time for this. That's why we're here.
A question just came through. Does the university offer any pre-pharmacy programs?
Pre-pharmacy?
Yes.
No. So we have Bola Kalikaka is asking about the MBA. We have an MBA program. And we also have another program that is like the MBA, but without the GMAT requirements, which is the Master of Management that has 4 specialties. So I'm going to put the web link here. You can just check it out yourself. Masters of Architecture, no, we do not have a Masters of Architecture program available for international students. So someone is asking about tuition, range of room and board and other associated costs. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'll share with you a link to our tuition fee estimator that allows you to, from the comfort of your home, calculate what your fees would look like. Do students require IELTS or TOEFL? Yes. Nigerian students are required to present a language proficiency proof. There is an exception though. If you are applying, say within 3 years of graduation from the university, then it may be waived. But if it's longer than that, then you have to go write the IELTS. Undergraduates have to provide the language proficiency. So you can also do Duolingo, you accept Duolingo. Duolingo, you can write it from the comfort of your home. You don't have to go anywhere, and I think it's much cheaper. Someone sent me direct message asking about the school fees. That would be fantastic. So I have my colleague here. Her name is Fiona. She represents the East African region, and she's here. Thank you, Fiona. She's already answering some of your questions on the chat box.
Caribou, someone asked about a PhD. I think Mary Jane.
PhD.
Said, hello, a PhD.
PhD is research-based. Like I said, if you have to apply for a research-based master's, then you would have to contact a professor first. So what you'll do is you go to the website, go to the departments of interest and look at the faculty list. And usually you will see a list of research interests. Your research interest has to be in line with that. You know, it has to be in line with the professor's research interests. So that way you can reach out to him and say, oh, you know what, I have this fantastic idea. I have my thesis, this is what I'm working on. I was hoping you could be my supervisor so I can make an application. And then when you do that, if the professor responds, that's fine. That means he found it really interesting and he wants to be part of it. But if you don't get a response, bear in mind that there are so many students from all over the world making such demands from the professors. So they would only go for those that are in line with their research interests or that are captivating enough. The course-based master's is 16 months. That's a year and 4 months. So for a year and 4 months, you're going to be doing back-to-back classes for 4 semesters, after which you would have your program. It's equivalent to 2 years because some programs run for 2 years and cut across 2 calendar years, but we just, compressed it a bit. So you'll still be eligible for your 3-year postgraduate work permit.
I got a private message. Someone asked, what is the tuition fees for engineering program and the requirements?
Engineering, is it master's or postgrad? Okay, so for master's, I don't think I covered this in my slide, but for undergrad programs, you would require a minimum 70% average to apply. 70% in WIEC terms will be a mixture of A's, B1 and B2. Yes, you need to put that together. The grades have to be in that range so that you can have your clean 70%. The scholarships that are available to students that have 85% and above. Now for the masters, you need a minimum 2nd class upper to apply for a master's degree at the University of Windsor. Now, like I said, there are many applications coming in from around the world, but I'm sure that, if yours is competitive enough, you will get admitted and take advantage of everything that University of Windsor, the Windsor City, and Canada has to offer.
There's another question. Do you offer?
I just wanted to draw back to the question about pharmacy.
Okay.
To study pharmacy, you probably need to do a pre-science program, so you can look at the biomedical program, biology, chemistry. Those are courses that students apply for and study before they can do the pharmacy. Sorry, Kenny, I cut you short, I'm sorry.
It's fine. There are more questions coming in. Thank you so much. Someone asked, do you offer international commerce imports and exports? What are the requirements?
for international commerce, import and export.
Yes.
That sounds, I think that will fit into the logistics stream of the Master of Management. So Fiona is going to share the link for the Master of Management shortly. Somebody is asking about graduates with a second class upper. There are really no options for, sorry, second class lower. For students with a second class lower, you may not get admitted into the University of Windsor. So, yeah.
Okay, more questions coming in.
Okay, someone is asking about, okay, someone is asking for specific details for the MBA program. I'm going to share the link with you now so that you can see it yourself. Because what you're asking me for would require a very long conversation. You're asking me for the course outline. Any more questions?
Yes. Please. Somebody asked semester 4 of the MBA program. Can you elaborate? Does coursework mean electives? What are the electives? How many?
Okay, that's the one I was trying to answer. That's why I'm going to get you the link to the MBA, and then you can get more information about the electives. It's purely coursework. Everything is coursework. There's no thesis required for it.
Fiona, thank you for the links. I can see she's dropping some links.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Cool.
Fiona.
Somebody asked, how long is the process of application? Like, how long does it take?
Okay, like I said, for undergrad, it takes between 2 to 4 weeks, and for graduate, it takes roughly about 8 to 12 weeks. However, here's a secret I'm going to share with all of you here. If you make an application through Nubi would send your application over to me, and I can help you get a quicker answer. So I have a little magic wand for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Caribou. Let me see more questions.
Somebody's asking about athletics. Somebody sent me a DM asking about athletic. So we have, I'll share a link to our Lancers Recreational Center. You get all the information about athletics. I'm not sure if there's anything about soccer there, but let's see. Yeah, athletics and recreation.
Another question just came in. I think Bashir asked, how do you get in contact with the lecturer about considering the research-based study?
You'd have to go to the department. Sorry, I'm sharing the link for athletics, golancers.ca, so you can get more information. So getting through to the supervisors. Let me see. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Let me give an example of what you'd of how you can go about it. Let me see. So say you're interested in argumentation studies. You visit the department. Now for all the departments, there's always a list of, you'll be able to get information about your program, the application FAQ. Some are specific, some would say, you know what, you need to get a supervisor first. Some will say, you know what, just throw your application in. I think Master of Law does that. So for this, you need your post-secondary transcripts, letters of academic recommendation, a short CV, research, statement of interest, research interest, and then you can have access to the list of faculty members and you can reach out to them directly. So their emails are there. Everything about them is there. For some of them, you can see they're based on the information there. Oh, this is a dead link. You may be able to see. Uh-oh, system is freezing.
I can jump in there as Karibu is trying to sort out our internet. If you are applying for a research-based course and you are looking for a supervisor, under every program there is a faculty. If you open the program, you can see the faculty members there. You can be able to access them from each program. So yeah, that's where you now contact them. You look at the research programs, that topics that they're offering, and see if any of them resonates with you, and then you can take it from there. There's someone who had asked about our courses that don't require supervisor. I have put in the link for the courses there, so you can have a look at them. I have to jump off because I have to do something, but I'll be just hovering around.
Thanks, Fiona. Sorry, my internet froze. I may have to turn off my video so that I don't have the problem again.
Okay. There's another question that just came in. Does my 3.5 out of 5 CGPA, a 2-1 in Nigerian university, qualify me for a master's program in the university?
Yes, the 3.5 is the baseline of the second class upper. So yes, you can apply with that.
All right. Let me see if there are more questions. Fiona, thank you so much, by the way, for your contribution and the links.
Always dependable. So someone is asking about third class. No, I'm sorry. We only accept second class upper and above.
If you'd like to speak, you can also raise your hand up and you would be unmuted to speak.
There's a hand raised up already.
Okay. I've unmuted.
So like I said, these applications, Nubi would gladly help you out and guide you so that you do not make any mistake and help you through the process. So
okay,
you would contact them and they will help you, they'll do the magic. So if anybody just came in, can you please put your program of interest in the chat box so that I have an idea of what you're interested in.
Madam, you can speak. I unmuted you.
Oh, no, I'm trying to even put my hand down because Carol has answered my question. It's on the PhD thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because the supervisors want to be directly contacted. That's what I was going to say, that if you can't find it, you can send it to us and then we will email to them the answers. But we don't deal with PhD. They're required to get in touch. She has answered all the questions that I needed, all the things I needed to. I'm trying to put down my hand.
It's okay, ma. Asid has his hand raised. So let me unmute.
Okay.
Asid,
am I clear enough?
Yes, you
I
can.
hear you.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to ask, yeah, you said we should contact someone. Ruby, or I didn't get the name.
Newbie Education, they are the ones organizing this event.
How do we do that?
I will put it up again. I'll put up
Okay.
our contact. You can contact us via email or phone, WhatsApp.
All right. Yeah. Then I have another question too.
Okay.
For the research programs, especially in science courses for masters. I'm talking about masters. I don't know what's the acceptance rate like for international students. Like, what's the range? Because I understand they accept very little.
Okay, so there's a balance to the class size, and usually I can't say if there's an allocation. For most programs, there really isn't. It's based on excellence, on performance, on the quality of application. So yeah, if your application is competitive enough, you will get in. You will get in.
Yeah,
does that answer your question?
Yeah, because I was like going through a couple of faculties. I understand they have their own websites, and sometimes some of them upload their current students, and you see that sometimes it's just let's say in the whole department 10, and then out of the 10 maybe just 5 or 6 are MSc students. So I don't know.
Nah. If you're competitive, you're getting. So someone is asking about diploma courses. I would assume you're talking about postgraduate diplomas. We do not offer postgraduate diploma courses. We have certification courses, but those ones they're not eligible. They do not qualify you for a postgraduate work permit. So if you do that, you're not going to get.
I think the person can get through to us. We have postgraduate diploma courses in Canada.
Okay, from other schools. Okay,
yeah, from other schools in Canada and the US. So she can contact us later for that.
Okay. Someone says he's in his final year studying BSc statistics. When is the best time to apply for the master's in statistics? You will graduate next year, August. So once you're done, once you have your academic transcript, you can make an application, because that's what you'll be appraised, that's what will be appraised to give you a decision. So you need to have your results. Usually for masters, we focus more on the last 2 years of study. So if some students come out with a second class upper, but most of the issues they had in school, most of the C's and D's and F's or carryovers were in their final 2 years. That's usually a problem. So when you look at your transcript, you need to be sure that, okay, my final 2 years, I had fewer issues. So you'll most likely get in. Someone is asking about an MSc in architecture and building technology. No, it's not open to. Talk to Nubi. Nubi will hook you up to some other school for that one.
Please keep asking more questions if you have any.
So I usually have students ask me things like, oh, what's the weather like? Because we live in a very warm climate, and even when it's cold in Hamatan, you see all of us layering up. I will not kid you, it's quite cold in Canada. So we experience all 4 seasons, but sometimes in the sun, you just feel like air conditioning is over you as you're in the sun sometimes. So don't go there without kitting up properly and making adequate preparation for warm clothes. So I'm just being honest with you there so that you don't get surprised when you get to Canada. Carry your warm clothes with you. For someone like me who can't stand cold, even in summer, I have to carry a jacket with me.
Wow.
Madam Rose, am I right or am I right?
You're very correct.
Okay.
When I first went to Canada, it was minus 29 degrees.
Oh, that's extreme.
Yes.
That's extreme. So, like I said, we have residences on campus that students stay in, but it's a residence, so you may not be able to cook on campus. So for students who usually have that as a serious consideration, they'll rather stay off campus. So you don't want to be cooking your locust beans and your strong egusi soup or ogbono soup, and it's not going to work on campus.
Another question just came in. How much should we budget for the application process?
Do I answer that, Nubi?
Sorry?
Do I answer that about the application process, the cost of application?
Of the application?
Yes.
To Windsor?
Yes. Do I answer that question or you'd answer the question?
You can answer.
Okay, so applying for undergrad programs costs 75 Canadian dollars, with which you can apply for 3 different programs. I think our application cost for undergrad is like the cheapest in Canada because you can get 3 programs. So you can apply for engineering and then apply for general science. Some students get admitted for all 3 and then they pick one. Then for the graduate program, you apply with 125 Canadian dollars. And that covers just 1. Yeah. So for the application process, that's what you'll be thinking of. But if you're talking about the fees, the school fees, living costs, the school fees, you can get that on the website. For living costs, Canadian Immigration would advise that you should look at around 10,000 Canadian dollars a year for living costs. That would cover your accommodation and your feeding and transportation and every other thing you have to do on campus. Yeah. Okay, you're welcome.
So thank you.
Let me run through.
Any more questions? Or you could put your hand up if you'd like to speak.
I don't know We're really shy around here. It's okay. Eric has a question. Can you unmute Eric, please?
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, my name is Eric Kwama from Ghana.
Hi, Eric.
I thought the program would start 4 o'clock, so I don't know whether it's the University of Alberta's issue that you are discussing. I have a question pertaining for University of Alberta.
No.
No, University of Alberta is on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Okay, so please, which university are you discussing now?
Windsor, University of Windsor.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm applying that school too, so I can go ahead with my question.
Yes, please.
With the MBA from Ghana, my grade is 3.25. Will I get a waiver for the GMAT or GRE?
For MBA,
yes.
Every school requires GMAT. Every school requires a GMAT for MBA. However, we have a Master of Management, which is like the MBA, but without the GMAT. So there are 4 different streams. There's logistics, there's data analytics, there's finance, and there's human resource management under the Master of Management. So you can go for that one also. Does that answer your question, Eric?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, great.
Also, Eric, for University of Alberta, it's on Saturday at 2 p.m.
That's 2 p.m. GMT or 2 p.m. WAT?
WAT.
So that's 1 p.m. GMT.
Okay, thank you very much for this information.
Okay,
you're very welcome. Asid has his hands up again, so I'll mute you.
Okay. Okay, let me just go real quick.
Okay.
How likely is it for someone from, okay, I'm just going to use myself as the example. I have a background in geology, so I have a BS in geology, but I want to do a master's in environmental engineering. So how likely do you think students like that crossover? They have to do some extra courses? Are there other procedures they have to go through for people who don't have backgrounds in the courses they want to do?
So thank you. That's a really, really good question. And I'm really glad you asked that question. For students that want to switch fields, the issues that will be faced will be one. When you don't have a background in a course, it's going to be hard for you to get into the higher one. So if you haven't passed A, you can move to B. Besides, when you're applying for your study permit, even if you get admitted, when you apply for the study permit, it may be hard for the visa officer to rationalize that, oh, okay, he studied this and he wants to move to that. So those are usually the issues. However, at the University of Windsor, we don't have those type of programs. Now, what you can do is you can contact the department directly and ask, and you'd have to send your transcript so that they're able to see the courses you did in your undergrad. Sometimes you can even send like a summary of each of the courses so that they can see if there's any form of correlation. Because if there is nothing, if there's no connection in any way, the connection is 20%. Just like any relationship, a 20% connection will not work.
Yeah, okay, because there's actually a lot of connections. I'm not going to go for a course that I'm a complete newbie at. So for environmental engineering, they share a lot of similarities with geology. There are even geology courses in environmental engineering itself, geotechnical and other aspects of it. So
Okay.
even on the
I have to get back to you on it.
Okay.
Let me get back to you on it. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe you could do me an email or reach me through Nubi.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any more questions?
It doesn't seem to be any more. But if you'd like to apply to University of Windsor, contact details are on the chat box.
I think I see a hand up. Eric's hand is up.
Okay, Eric again. Eric,
Yes.
hold on.
Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay. So I want confirmation. You said because of the GMAT, which other course? I did BSc in accounting.
Master
Initially, I
management.
wanted to apply for MBA. Because of the GMAT, it is discouraging me because it's going to take some time. So which?
Okay, so I think, in all fairness, the GMAT helps prepare you for the academic, pursuits. You're going to do something higher, so it sharpens you a bit. But the Master of Management will be your best bet if it's something accounting related that you want to major in, because Master of Management has a specialty in international finance and accounting. So the Master of Management is your best bet.
Okay, thank you very much.
May I ask, apart from GMAT, do you have work experience?
Yes, I do. I've worked with Danone, farm work company subsidiary, and I work at the distribution center. I'm distribution supervisor.
So how many years work experience and at what level?
I've worked with the company for 10 years now, but the supervisory role is 2 years experience. And I've worked as a clerk for another 2 years. And I've worked as production assistant in the same company for 5 years.
Caribou, is that enough experience for you?
Yes, I think to suffice.
Okay.
Because we have sometimes we have fresh graduates applying for it.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I didn't know. That's good. That will help some of our students.
Yeah. Fresh from the classroom, 2 years. 1 year they apply. I see I did a great job because nobody's asking me questions again. Like normally I get an avalanche of questions. So I'm patting myself on the back right now. Please ask me more questions.
I'm clapping for you with my hand and my legs.
You covered a lot. You really did.
Okay, yeah. Can I ask?
For sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I overheard you saying you have a better scheduled for Saturday. What other institutions do you have going on?
For Canada?
Yes, for Canada.
But I thought we sent the schedule to all the people that registered. Didn't you get the schedule where it shows all the universities and the times they are holding?
Yeah, I've not really gone through it.
Yes, go through it. The schedule is there for every university and the time they have.
Okay.
There's St. Francis Xavier University for tomorrow at 2 p.m.
For Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay. I'm on it now.
Okay. More questions? I'm surprised that people are not really asking many questions about the scholarships at University of Windsor.
I'm surprised too, because that's the scholarship is the main issue for many people at this time. Nobody has.
We want to fight for the admission first. Then, if you know you qualify, then you can come with the scholarship aspect of it.
Okay.
But all things being equal, education is expensive. So Personally, I plan for it. Whether I get a scholarship or not, I know that I want something for my life and for my family. So I plan for it. If scholarship comes, hallelujah for me, then I enjoy the scholarship.
Okay, that's good. Well, we want
good.
students like you very much.
Yes, very considerate students. So let me just touch on scholarships again. I can see that most of the people here are interested in graduate programs. So I'll start with the graduate scholarships.
No, you say everything, Caribou, because we're sharing this even in schools.
Oh, okay, fantastic. So let me start with graduates. Graduates, course-based masters are not eligible for scholarships. It's a 16-month program. You're done in a very short time, and you can work and recoup your whatever you invested in the academic pursuit. So there are no scholarship opportunities available. But for the research options, there are scholarship opportunities available. Some students even have access to funding, for their research, especially if they're doing something of interest. Yes, one of the only course-based masters that has scholarship is the Master of Education. Now, some people want to jump in and look for a fully funded scholarship. You will hardly find that in Canadian schools. So yeah, don't get your hopes up. But for the Master of Education, yes, you can have some scholarship opportunity available to you, especially if you're exceptional. For the undergrad, we have first our entrance scholarship, which ranges between 500 to 1,000 Canadian dollars, which is applied to your tuition. For students that have 85% and above in their results. So these are for exceptional students. Then we have the International Excellence Scholarships, which it's about 2,500 Canadian dollars a semester. So you have access to about 10,000 for the entire program. And then there are other departmental scholarships and specific scholarships that you may be able to access. But like Eric has rightly said, you go to school ready to to fund it, not ready to depend on a scholarship, because as exceptional as you are, you may get there and find more exceptional students and you may not be able to compete. So I'm going to share a link to our scholarships right now. Oof. Acid wants to say something again. Please unmute him.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to ask, the only yardstick for all the scholarships available is it's the academic results.
Sorry?
I wanted to ask if the only yardstick for all the scholarships available is the academic results.
The only well, exceptional students usually get it easier because there's always an academic element to it, and which is the first criteria.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I've shared the link to scholarships for those who may be interested. Any more questions? So I'm expecting applications, like tons of applications from everybody, because see, we need to give a gift to Eric and Acid because they're the ones that just have all the questions. Eric, again.
It's my dream school, so I need to know everything about it because just after this Zoom meeting, I'm trying to put my documents in that and then I start applying.
Oh, super, super.
If you have a new gift for me, hallelujah, I'll grab it.
Oh, you're far away, or else I'll have probably given you a souvenir. But if I'm in Ghana, I'll probably try to find you through Nubi.
All right, that's fine. Maybe I'll come and meet you over there.
Super.
So I'm currently on the website of University of Windsor. I'm checking my eligibility and the things that I need, and then there I'm not. Hey, where is it? Please, I'm coming.
It's the Master of Management you're interested in, right?
Yes, Master of Management. Okay. And I'm interested in, there's one that is directly related to my field, supply chain, logistics and supply chain.
Okay.
And that's where I have massive experience in.
Okay.
So I want to get assurance from you that I'm going to apply. Will you follow up with my application and make sure that I get admission?
Just apply through Nubi. They'll send you.
Yes, apply. You have our contact there in the chat box.
Okay.
You have our contact, info@nubieducation.com.
Yes,
I do have it.
Yeah, so get in touch with them. They'll package it properly for you and guide you so that there are no mistakes, because the Master of Management is very competitive.
Yeah, that's the reason why I want assurance.
No, I can't give you assurance.
Nobody gives you assurance.
I can't give you assurance. I'm not the registrar's office.
Okay.
Look at your transcript and look at what qualifications you are bringing, and the way you sound, I think you will do well. You got your experience plus your certificates. So, but your transcript is the most important document that we need. So if you could send that to us, we will send that to Caribou.
Okay. Okay, please, I apply it today. I'm getting it Monday. So I'll forward it to you when I have them.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Fiona's hand is up.
No, I was just listening to what Eric was saying and asking for assurance. I just wanted to let you know, if you have the minimum requirements, that is second class upper for your final certificate, and then you have maybe 1 or 2 fails, the chances are higher, and the faster you submit the application, the faster you will be able to get in, because the program does fill very quickly. I have students who had applied for January, and then they had to be pushed into summer because it was already full. So the faster you do it, the better. And as the application process goes, once you create once Nubi helps you create the account, select the course, pay the application fee, you will get a link where you will upload your documents. Now, after you upload the documents is when now they'll be able to assess your application. Don't just submit, say I have submitted the first part, have paid the application fee, and you've not uploaded all the required documents, and then you're pushing for a response. No, the application process now starts after you have uploaded all the required documents. Besides English can always come later. So make sure if you're saying you're starting today and you're thinking by Monday you will be done, make sure by Monday, because the link is normally sent within 24 hours. So if you start today, Monday you should be able to upload your documents. Once Nubi help you with that, they can send you now student ID and full names to Caribou, and Caribou can also now be able to ask our admissions team that we have an application here, could you help us fasten the process? Because normally it takes around 8 weeks, but if you give the details, it might take lesser, and the faster you upload the documents, the faster you get a response. Yeah, and it's not a guarantee, so you need to have very good grades for you to get into the program. Otherwise, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very
Fiona.
much. Thank you
Thank you,
very
Fiona.
much.
Okay. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah. Okay. So for the MEng and engineering, what's the fee? What's the fee like in CAD
The fee for what?
for masters in engineering?
Masters of Engineering.
Yeah.
Let me share the tuition. Okay, so let me share this page with you so that you can know how to calculate the fees you're expected to pay. I want to share my screen right now.
As Karibu is showing you how to calculate your fee, because sometimes it might change. You're looking at around 10,000 Canadian dollars per year. So in total, you're looking at around 43,000 Canadian dollars for the whole
for the entire
program.
program. So
Yeah.
I wanted to get specifics. That's why.
Yeah, the link will help because he will be able to see even the accommodation. He can choose the meal plan. So do give the link. It will come in handy.
Thank you so much. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, so I've shared the link, but I'm there already. You pick your program. So I think what program are you interested in? Engineering, right? So we'll go to graduate. And you select graduate, you allow it to load the graduate programs. So Master of Engineering, MEng, course load, full-time, fee, international. For now, I'm not going to select anything about residence or the meal plan. So let's search first. So this is just an estimation. It usually varies because sometimes there are other things that you'd have to pay for that are not here yet. So now let's add term. Let's say you want to go for next year. Residence, let's pick Laurier Hall. And then the meal plan, let's pick the plus meal plan. So it takes it up to this. One of the benefits of staying on campus is that you will not be bothered about a lot of things. You don't have to think about Wi-Fi. You don't have to think about transportation. Everything is within reach, so that's how to use this tool, the tuition fee estimator. So you can plug in other programs and just play with it and get more information. Yeah, I hope it helps.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So, Kenny.
Yes, Caribou. Thank you so much.
We've run out of questions.
Yes, it doesn't seem like anyone else has any questions or anything to say. So we'll be bringing the session to a close.
Me and Fiona did a good job. So we don't have any questions again.
What did you say, Carrie?
I said me and Fiona did a good job, so they don't have questions again.
Yes, you both did, actually. Thank you both so much. And our contact details.
Evening. Hello.
Gift.
Sorry, I'm a bit busy. That's why I've not been able to ask my question. They actually is for my sibling, one of my siblings. So she's interested in a undergraduate program. So I don't know how those grading are calculated or computed, because I heard her say 85% will have to be able to get the scholarship. So I just need more information about how it's computed.
Okay, let's say you have okay, so A1 in WAEC is from I think from 85% upwards or so. B2 is from 75 to 85 or 90. B3 is from 65 to 70 something. C4 is below, it's maybe 60 to 65 or 60 to 68. And then it keeps descending. So if the student has, say, 3 A's and 2 B2s, the student would most likely be in the 80-something percentile. If the student has all 8s, the student would definitely be in the 90-something percentile. So that's how we calculate it. So if the student has C5, C6, and 1A1, it's going to be hard. And then I must also add that there are certain subjects that will not be appraised because they do not, there's no equivalent in the Ontario secondary school system. So subjects like Yoruba, religious studies, CRK or IRS, tie and dye, technical drawing, civic education, those ones do not really apply to the OSSD system. So you're looking at subjects that are more global that you would most likely find in another school. You know, the regular math, English. For science subjects, you're looking at physics, chemistry, biology, further maths, geography. For arts, you're looking at literature, economics, you know, those type of subjects. So if the person has, I mean, I've seen a result where the student had an A1 in Yoruba, A1 in tie and dye, A1 in civic education, then C5 in math, C6 in English, B3 in economics, C4 in another subject, you know, and when you look at it at face value, you think, oh, okay, this is a good result, but there are a lot of subjects there that will not be useful, if you know what I mean. So that's how it's calculated. I hope, Gift, your question was adequately answered. Gift, did Gift hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to ask another question, please.
Okay.
Yeah, what about their English language proficiency? Like, is there any need for me to like use the IELTS, TOEFL, and the rest?
Yes.
Because you know, Nigeria, basically our primary language is English. Yeah.
So there are some countries, so we have an exempt list, and you need your Nigeria is not on the exempt list in any way. So you need to do the language proficiency. You need it. You need to do either IELTS or Duolingo. I mean, if you already know how to speak English, so it shouldn't really be a big problem for you. Yeah. Eric has a question.
Yeah, his hand is up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Gift.
Eric.
Eric, you may speak.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So I just compute my estimated expenses, and I don't know, the 10,550.98 Canadian dollars. Is it for a year or for the whole program?
It's for the semester.
For one semester.
So that's for the entire program you're looking at ×4.
×4. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anyone else want to say something or ask a question? No.
Yeah, what are the entry points for masters in engineering?
Okay, you need a second class upper minimum.
No, I mean like the windows, the entry windows, winter, fall. I know
Master
that.
of Engineering. I don't. Fiona, remind me. Master of Engineering has September and has does I think September and May.
September and January.
September and January, right? Yeah. September and January.
Yeah. That is for the automotive option, and then civil, electrical, material, industrial, mechanical, and automotive will have September, January, May. But then you are encouraged to apply as early as possible, because most of these programs, they close within 4 months of opening. For example, most of our engineering programs are closing on 1st of November for the fall intake, that is September intake.
That's for September next year.
Yeah, so you need to have submitted your application, uploaded your documents by the 1st of November.
And like just to reiterate what Fiona had said earlier, sometimes these they fill out so quickly and they fill up so quickly. So some students are moved to another intake. So if you applied for fall, you may be moved to January to winter of 2023. Okay. And Nubi is offering to process your applications for free. Isn't that awesome? So take advantage of it. They won't just process it for free. They'll also help you get a very, very quick response by sending your names to me so I can wave my magic wand on their behalf. So Kenny, I think we've done very well.
I think we're pretty much done.
Thank you so much, Karibu. You have done extremely well with Fiona. Thank you. Your presentation was very informative. Thank you for that. And we're going to share it with people that registered but are not here, and even people that are here. So we share your presentation even to secondary schools. Thank you.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you so much. It was nice hanging out with all of you. We're looking forward to the applications.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
I think brings session to close. Okay.